What will happen when AJ Styles will leave the WWE? Who am I going to watch? Who is going to put all these great matches in the WWE? I'm not going to enjoy it just as much as I enjoy it right now. I'm not.
Well, you always have Roman Reigns.
Well, yes. He's got the point. We have Roman Reigns. But honestly, I'm not a big fan, so I want someone fresh, I want someone new, a new upcoming talent that will replace AJ Styles.
What about Jason Jordan?
Fuck you. I don't fuck with this shit. My penis has more charisma than Jason Jordan, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, you wanna see more charisma? Look. Imagine what I can do with my dick. Anyway, sorry. Every video had some inappropriate stuff. Like, I don't get myself. I really don't get myself. Like, I need to stop being a coffee addict. Also, do whatever you want. I will always stand by a fact that this Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son is the worst thing I've ever seen on television. Let's go to the news. Let's talk about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Ain't gonna see me talking about Jason Jordan anymore. Sucks charisma out of this channel. Dave Meltzer is reporting in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Kevin Owens' WWE 365 special on the WWE Network did huge numbers. Meltzer also notes that the backstage heat on Kevin Owens in the WWE after being sent home from their recent South American tour seems to have gone away. The same, however, cannot be said for Sami Zayn. Just like I've said, guys, if you haven't seen that thing of Kevin Owens on the WWE Network, make sure to check that out. Absolutely love it. Such great content. Emotional, kinda, you know, you can see how Kevin Owens actually cares about the WWE, and you can actually relate. Like, I know me comparing myself to Kevin Owens is like the worst thing ever. The only relatable thing, I mean, the fupa is growing. You gotta appreciate that. Not as big as my forehead, but I'm getting here. But you can actually relate, because when I was watching this Kevin Owens special, he was basically like, I am at a good place, but I always want better, and I'm never happy. And to be quite honest with you, that's how I feel sometimes as well. Like, I know comparing YouTube to WWE is like it's the dumbest thing ever, but I really care about my channels. I dedicated myself to this career. I work every damn day, at least 8 hours a day, 9 hours. I think so. I should really count that. I should check that out. I'm at a very good place, but I never take that moment, sit down and like appreciate it. Not that I don't appreciate it, I love it, but at the same time I always want more. I want to keep growing and growing and growing, and it kind of, there are days where you kind of get depressed because you're like, why am I doing this? I should be more happy. So you can see this roller coaster on Kevin Owens as well. Like, he's happy, he's not happy, he's thinking about the future, he's kind of insecure sometimes. So you need to check that out. Now, the thing about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being sent home, basically there was this tour where they were sent back home because I believe there was some backstage heat. Maybe they refused to work against New Day, losing. That's a rumor, but I think there was some backstage heat. However, that's not the part that matters. The thing that matters, Kevin Owens seems to have lost the heat, and Sami Zayn is still taking it. And there were rumors so many times that Sami Zayn is like really hard to communicate backstage. Not that hard to communicate, but a lot of people have beef with him in the locker room. That's not a fact, obviously just a rumor. When it comes to rumors, I gotta say that CM Punk is confirmed. He's not. So, my beautiful sexy beast, it seems like Sami Zayn is still under this beef with the WWE, and it's kinda sad because Sami Zayn's recent work as a heel made me a fan of Sami Zayn. I always enjoyed his matches, but his personality to me was really stellar. I think a lot of people see this underdog in him, but he was that type of underdog who lost all the matches. It's not the right thing to do, you know, WWE. So I didn't care about this guy. Like, I don't know why. He was too much of a babyface, but now he's this sarcastic guy who seems like so delusional. And I love that in wrestling. Absolutely. Like, when there was promo between Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon, and Sami Zayn was like, you should thank us. We did this, and like, can you believe this guy? That type of dude who is like so delusional, and you're like, is he serious or not? There are these kind of people in real life, and but this is an exaggeration, of course. But it's so enjoyable. Absolutely love Sami Zayn at the moment. Kevin Owens as well. Like, this bromance between them. Kind of reminds me of Jericho and Kevin Owens, but in a different way as well. Now the thing is, for Sami, it's easy to piss off the WWE officials. They get mad at anything and everything and anytime, and they will always stay that way. You guys know that. And I think it's not the right time for Sami, because he's now getting that push. He defeated Randy Orton, I think, in a tag team match, right? It's not the best time to do something crazy like that. Just work. If it's not going to work out, then do something. Right now, I don't think it was the right time to do anything to piss off the officials. Just lose the matches at live events. Who cares? If that was the case, of course. Of course, time will tell whether Sami Zayn's career is going to be successful or not, but I absolutely love to see Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Are you guys a fan of RVD? I always was. Like, I love this guy since I was a little child. I always thought he's like the brother of Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I think that's his name. Because he has some similarities between his looks and the way he moves, like just Jean-Claude Van Damme in his movies. His moveset is amazing. He's so fun to play as in 2K games, WWE games, with SmackDown, Here Comes Pain, whatever the case may be. And I would personally love to see him back in the WWE. I also loved his match versus Chris Jericho during his 2013 run, I think. But it wasn't that memorable, his run. Like, he was facing for the World Championship against Del Rio, didn't want it. Like, it wasn't as memorable as I thought it would be. But he had great matches, so that's always a positive. Now, when it comes to Rob Van Dam, here's your latest news. RVD, do you think you could beat AJ Styles for WWE Universal Belt? Who wrote this? AJ Styles is not Universal Champion. And I do, Hunter does. Smiley face. Seems like RVD can only be in the WWE, return to the WWE if Triple H wants him to. Now, I don't know why specifically Triple H, why not Vince McMahon? Maybe there's some beef between him, but I don't think so. I think Triple H is kinda sometimes responsible for talent returning to the WWE, or just, you know, debuts and shit. Sometimes it's Vince, sometimes it's Triple H, and I honestly would love to see RVD for the last run. Just like I've said, Batista, Rob Van Dam, if they would be like here, put over younger talent, of course. First, like, a lot of people hate that I say this, that I actually sometimes want legends to win. It's just, you know, I love the nostalgia, gotta be honest. That's a bad thing. I have a big forehead. Blame that. Like, I would love to see some wins between them. Like, I want, for example, Jeff Hardy to win the Intercontinental Championship. He's not a young guy, but I would still love to see it. However, I do want them to win, but at the end of it, they put over younger talent. Like, they show how they are strong, get some nostalgia, fans are loving it, and at the end of the day, younger talent beats them. And that will obviously mean much more than just, for example, like Sting returns to the WWE, first match loses, Seth Rollins loses. That made me feel like, yeah, the Sting guy, he's an old dude, yeah. Why would you bring that old dude? So it's kinda lame. I think WWE always managed to have a great way to return Chris Jericho. He always looked strong, but at the same time he kept putting over young talent and sometimes taking that victory. So RVD in the WWE, if Triple H wants, I would personally love to see him back. Kane says Braun Strowman will be one of the great big men ever. This is what Kane said. Braun Strowman is doing a great job and he's going to have a great career in WWE. I think at the end of his career, he will be known as one of the great big men ever. On former WWE champion Jinder Mahal. He is a great story. He is a WWE. He was in the WWE years ago, then left the company and then really improved both in his wrestling and his body and came back and became a world champion. I think a guy like Jinder Mahal is really what every superstar should strive to become. Let's talk about Braun Strowman for a second. I completely agree with Kane. Braun Strowman seems to be like the only, and I don't want to say the only, but I do want to say the only. Like, guys like AJ Styles, Finn Balor, they came from New Japan. They were big then. Braun Strowman was a guy who was dancing to Adam Rose music. That's a fact. WWE managed to get a big star out of Braun Strowman, so that's the only thing that Raw made good. Like, they didn't made any new stars besides Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman improved in the ring so much. He's so awesome to watch. He seems like a great human being, so I'm really happy that he's getting that push because he definitely deserves it. Now, when it comes to Jinder Mahal, say what you will, I absolutely hated his title run. At first I did it for like a couple of weeks, but WWE ruined it, of course. Say what you will about the guy, but that is a very inspiring story. Like, imagine being a 3MB guy, after a couple of years return as a jobber and then become the WWE champion. That is such a motivational motivational story, and I absolutely love it. Now, there's going to be this 365, the one that Kevin Owens had, which was absolutely amazing. Make sure to watch that. WWE are going to do that on Jinder Mahal, his whole world title win and shit. That is going to be so great to watch. I want to see how he reacts to it, how he feels, and we will see that human side of Jinder Mahal, so cannot wait for that. And let's talk about the biggest news. AJ Styles, he came into the WWE in 2016, 16, yeah, 16 or 15, I think 16, like... yeah, at the start of 16. According to sources, AJ Styles' current WWE contract will be expiring in early 2019. To promote Survivor Series, Styles hinted at possibly retiring in a couple years. For those who don't know, AJ Styles is 40 years old, so he would be retiring at 42, 41, 3 years old, something like that. And it sucks, man. Like, I know I'm gonna be selfish in this one, and I think all of you will, but damn, I want to see more of AJ Styles. It's just, this guy should have been in the WWE in like 2010 or 11. So many years wasted, but at the same time he built his name, and if he came into the WWE like in 2010, maybe he wouldn't be who he is right now. Like in the WWE, a simple thing like your look really matters. AJ Styles looked, you know, like a mid-carder. He didn't look like a, you know, right now he looks like a cool created character in 2K18 game. Like, I absolutely love his look. He also improved on the microphone, he improved on the he improved in the ring, and just like he said, I learned all the little things and that they really matter. So maybe he wasn't as great as he is right now. It's just a shame that he's already 40 years old, which you couldn't tell. Guy looks so amazing. Even his style, like, he pulled it off looking like a 27, 8-year-old guy. And the way he moves in the ring, like, dude, I feel like 80. And it's always sad seeing wrestlers go. I remember I felt like that when Edge retired. Like, you grow up watching these guys, you absolutely love their work, and they retire. Daniel Bryan retires. Batista is gone. So many great talent are gone that I just absolutely loved. And now my favorite is AJ Styles. Love watching this guy. AJ Styles will retire. Same goes for Randy Orton. Like, Randy Orton is really young. Still really young. I remember in 2011 or 12, Cody Rhodes said that Randy Orton is still the future, even though he's been in the company for like 10 years, because he was so young when he came. But someday he will retire as well. Now I assume AJ Styles is making a great living out of the WWE. Like, he's going to make a bunch of money, and you know, AJ Styles is that type of dude. And if he decides to retire, he can always work in the WWE in other projects, like being in a performance center. Like, this guy can get a job like that, so that's also a positive. Like, as far as that goes, I don't think he's risking anything. It's just that the fans want to see more of AJ Styles. You know, it's just. What's here? One more year. At the beginning of 2019, he's going to retire, possibly. Keep in mind, possibly. We don't know that, but 1 year left. That's not a lot of time. I also read somewhere that he actually wants to dedicate himself to his family, because his family never kinda had him home for like, I don't know how many years, 10 years, 15, I don't know how he said it, but that's a life of a wrestler. You always travel, you're not with your family, so I can get that. It must be pretty hard for his kids, for his wife, so I don't know. In AJ's case, wrestle for 2-3 more years, and then when he retires, we're all happy, I guess. He will be 43, 44, so you know, it's not healthy to move like that anymore. You made a name for yourself. I think he's already in the Hall of Fame. He's worthy of a Hall of Fame career. So these are the news today. Let me know in the comments below, do you enjoy it? I absolutely love it. Like, this video is a little bit longer, but I decided to do it like a discussion thing. I don't wanna just piss out and shit out the news and leave it right here. If you're watching this channel, you probably want the personality, you want my opinions out here, you want me to argue with me. If there's something you don't agree with me, you don't need to unsubscribe. Just let me know in the comments below and complain. That's what we do, and that's fun. A lot of people think like, oh man, he said Jinder is a bad wrestler or something like that. I hate this guy, unsubscribe. No, that's not how people interact. It's a matter of opinion, it's a matter of discussion, and that makes everything so much better. Like, I would love to have a co-host or someone who watches wrestling. It would be so entertaining if I would have different views. We would argue, and that makes good content. Either way, make sure to support me on Patreon if you can. Would absolutely appreciate it. All the Patreons will be in the credits as of right now at the end of these videos. Thanks for watching so much, guys. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to have my dream job right here on YouTube.com. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Like, there's this fan page Instagram who has like 7,000 followers, and I have an Instagram, I have 1,000. So make sure to follow the real one. Like, the link is in the description. The great one, YT. That is my Instagram. So if every one of you would go to my Instagram right now, I would really appreciate it. Tweet me and I will follow you back. The great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.